Claridge's Hotel, an icon of old-school glamour in the heart of London's Mayfair. For 130 years, it's been a home from home for world leaders, film stars and royalty.
It's almost like you're sort of entering a piece of theatre in a way, because the place is so beautiful.
Oh, hi, Christian. Hello.
Those who stay can expect impeccable attention to detail.
Oh, Aya. It says Aya on it. Oh, that's so kind.
But after decades of underinvestment, the cracks are beginning to show.
The hotel can't stay as it is because the hotel is actually dying.
To prepare for the future, the hotel is taking on a massive renovation project.
We're decking this across with another steel structure, right?
Adding 50% to its size by creating a 5-storey mega basement.
I just thought it was crazy. I thought that was absolutely crazy.
With a state-of-the-art spa.
This is the only thing I'm a little bit worried about, if Claridge's is ready for something this extreme.
And above ground, 4 new stories, topped by what's likely to be London's most expensive penthouse.
Doing this penthouse is a massive challenge. Of course it's difficult. Everything is difficult.
Wow, it just decimated the whole spa.
The boss has one overriding demand.
I was very insistent that to close the hotel was a no-no.
But staying open means building a matter of meters from the well-heeled guests.
Behind there is a building site, so that floor's gone.
Staff will be pushed to their 5-star limits.
Breakfast is always challenging, when the builders are in the lift as well. Squeeze in, room for 2 pretty ones. First of all.
Protecting this renowned haven of luxury in the middle of a building site.
Probably worried about it maybe swinging, hitting the building.
Stop!
This is the inside story of the most audacious hotel upgrade ever attempted.
Welcome to Claridge, sir. I'm John, I'll get you checked in.
Pepper sauce, truffle fries and a spinach samage.
It's May 2021, and with COVID restrictions finally coming to an end, Britain's grandest hotel is fully open for business.
How you doing, man? Welcome home, how are you?
Hello, lady.
Yeah, it's been too long, hasn't it? How you been?
There you go.
A grateful clientele is flooding back to savour its world-famous old-school charm and unbridled luxury.
Thank you.
Welcome back, Mr. Underwood. How are you?
Thank you, I'm very well. How are you?
Very good, thank you.
It's absolutely wonderful. It's slowly getting back to normal. The most rewarding thing about being back at work is seeing the guests that are happy and smiling and knowing that this is where they can come.
We have some lovely treats for her in the room as well.
Oh, fantastic.
And most of the guests arriving back at Claridge's are still blissfully unaware of the construction that's been going on behind closed doors. In 2015, work began on an ambitious redevelopment above and below the building. Whilst it continued to welcome 1,500 guests a week, a 5-storey basement was excavated beneath the hotel, whilst the top 2 floors were dismantled.
Right, Lindsay, steady as you can. Just go up to 4 ton for us, please. Whoa.
And replaced with a 40-bedroom Victorian-style roof extension. Now, with the shell almost complete, the hotel has brought in some of the world's most in-demand designers to curate an interior that goes beyond Claridge's globally renowned standards of luxury. The crowning glory of this extraordinary endeavour, a 20,000 square foot penthouse.
What about the capping? Is this lead or?
It's a lead capping.
Yeah.
It's
The
kind
stone's
of,
all on?
The stone's on.
Brilliant.
This bold overhaul is being driven by multi-millionaire hotel boss Paddy McKillen.
How's it going? Good? So this is the ultimate. This is what I really feel is going to be the best apartment in the world on any hotel. There's no hotel in the world will have basically this massive space. This is the living room. where you see the tarpaulin is one piece of glass, one sheet of glass, no joint. So it's going to be really something special. I don't know another hotel in the world that will have something as magnificent as this.
Due to be completed in just 18 months, the penthouse will span the entire roof and cost future guests a rumoured £100,000 a night. 2 master bedrooms with their own bathrooms and dressing rooms will sit alongside a private gym, kitchen, bar, and a separate 2-bedroom studio. With views across its own lake and the London skyline beyond, the centrepiece of this new space is an 1,800 square foot living room, the Grand Salon.
So we stick to this solution, Paddy, right?
With his sights set on catching the eye of some of the world's most wealthy guests, Paddy's hired Parisian designer Rémi Tessier.
Oh, that's revolving, is it?
Yeah, the revolving table.
Amazing.
With a background in luxury carpentry, he's crafted the interiors of super yachts and private jets across the globe and is well known for his use of rare materials in his designs. Today, he's meeting Paddy to reveal his plans for the penthouse.
I mean, we should have a very fresh vibe when you go here, but very intimate, very cool. My dream for the penthouse is having a very timeless place and style, but you can feel the vibe of the Art Deco, but you are looking forward. That is Burlwood.
Okay.
It's come from the Art Deco style,
Beautiful.
but we turn it in a contemporary way.
That is amazing,
cool.
Remy.
If you look at the entrance, you arrive that and you have this.
Wow.
The focal point of the Grand Salon will be a 10-metre wide floor-to-ceiling window, framing the view of a unique terrace.
You have a huge water fixture in front of you, massive window, an amazing view, space like no other suite in the world have. And you are in the top of the Claridges. So you are in the top of a legend hotel.
What do you call this marble here?
Green onyx.
Our guests will love this.
Yeah, I mean, it's this is the only one in the world.
Oh, is it?
Yeah, nobody think about that. Never done before. We have to translate every single detail to the highest level. This is about effort, attention, collaboration. This is where the magic happens.
Sorry, can I just get a clear pic just for the records?
And it falls to architectural assistant Tom Newsom to help make that magic from the middle of a building site.
So we're standing in the Grand Salon. It's 20 metres long. It's twice the size of my entire house. From here, you come from the Grand Salon and you start to enter the bedrooms. And with all the doors open, from here you see through your dressing room, your bedroom, your bathroom, your second dressing room, your second bathroom, your second bedroom, all the way from one end to the other with everything perfectly lining up. And that's going to be one of the big challenges, is making sure that everything fits together. Rémi comes from the boat building world, where just by their very nature, everything is very precise and well fitted. And he's brought that sensibility here. And so Rémi's design is all perfectly aligned from one room to the next. On the rooms downstairs, if things don't quite line up, a wall can be made slightly out of angle, or you can hide something with a cornice. But here, there's no room for error. Nothing can be hidden.
To guarantee a finish like no other hotel in the world, Rémi's commissioned artisans from across Europe to craft his bespoke luxury interiors.
Dom, so yeah, we quite like to look at the Grand Salon area so that we can sort out the veneer selection for the panelling.
Stuart Langdown and the team at Somerset-based carpenters Longpre will supply custom-made furniture, wooden floors and wood veneer panels.
So Paul, I think our grand challenge here is to basically fulfil what Rémi is after in his CGIs.
Rémi's requested Longpre work with 2 of the world's rarest and most expensive woods. Wenji, a hardwood grown in Africa for the floorboards, and Ziricotti, known for its striking grain pattern for the veneer panels.
A lot of the amazing veneers like the Ziricotti are your top woods of the world, and it does give you that wow factor.
Stunning, absolutely stunning, yeah. We've got 48 leaves.
Yeah.
We've got 15 columns.
So I think we're going to be quite tight. We're going to have about 2 spare.
Yeah.
But this is the right stuff to use.
Oh, stunning, yeah, stunning, yeah.
To realise Rémi's design, Each leaf of veneer is first cut in two and then turned out like a page.
We'll cut it, we'll join it.
Cut it, join it, press it.
Indeed, yeah.
When then placed side by side and pressed together, this creates a striking symmetry, or book match.
We get this beautiful effect in the middle, which is basically what Rémi is after. And then this symmetry will match all the way around the Grand Salon and give an amazing effect.
Rémi has requested that almost half of the 1,800 square foot Grand Salon is laid with Wengie boards. But with wholesale supply limited and just months to complete the job, Stuart and his team have a challenge ahead.
So our biggest task is going to be sourcing enough timber to veneer to actually complete this project.
Sure. Rémi's reputation is second to none. To work for him is an amazing privilege for us, which is ultimately more of a challenge for us to make sure that we don't mess up.
Afternoon, ladies. Coming in? Mind the step. There's some hand sanitizer there if you need that, ladies. Have a nice time.
To maintain its reputation for five-star service and style, since January 2017, many of the existing bedrooms and suites at Claridge's have undergone a complete refurbishment.
More this way a little bit, yeah. Doing the hand, okay. Yeah, that's fine, that's good, yeah.
One at a time, each floor was taken out of service. But with demand increasing, the completed rooms are now ready to be revealed to guests.
So we have one of our most beautiful suites for you. It's a corner suite.
Okay. Quite excited to see this one.
Eric Underwood has been visiting Claridge's for 15 years.
Welcome to your accommodation for the evening.
Fantastic.
This 1,100 square foot corner suite took 12 months to refurbish and costs over £7,000 a night. It also comes with its own private butler.
Would you like anything to drink? Some champagne or some tea? Or?
I'm fine for now, but thank you very much. I was previously a ballet dancer with the Royal Ballet. I danced there as a soloist for 11 years. And after the ballet, there was a great place to go and have a drink. And I sort of climatized with the hotel during that time, and it just sort of became a home away from home. This is gorgeous. This particular suite is really, really beautiful. I mean, the decoration is fantastic. I think things are done with a certain amount of taste and class, and I really love the walk-in wardrobe. That's a favorite for me. I love clothes, so that's great.
Eric is now a busy model and actor living in London, but still makes time to visit his favorite hotel.
Yeah, I wonder where she is. Sophia! There's no better place to have a staycation. You know, you come here and it feels like I'm away. It feels like I've traveled, and the treatment's incredible. The attention to detail, it's in a league of its own.
We have your personal bar here if you'd like. And there's some champagne chilling.
I'm gonna probably have a nice meal at the restaurant, enjoy the facilities, have a great bath, just chill out and unwind and put my feet up, so to speak.
And in a matter of months, loyal guests like Eric will be able to experience attention to detail on another level. In 2015, Claridge's embarked on an unprecedented engineering feat to create a 5-story basement deep beneath the hotel's 100-year-old Art Deco wing. Featuring brand new laundry and kitchen facilities, a staff restaurant, art gallery and wine shop, the jewel in its crown will be Claridge's first ever spa.
So these are the new lifts that go the full way from B3 right to the 9th floor of the building, and you can come down from your suite right down into the spa. This is the spa area.
It's Director of Construction Norman McKibben's job to keep across this final phase of the hotel's transformation.
You have the entrance area here. This here will be all closed off. You have the water feature, and you'll walk in. You will then come into reception, and then when you walk down here, you will be able to see through the glass into the pool, and then that will continue your journey on down to the treatment rooms.
Designed to be the first of its kind within a central London hotel, The new space will be home to 2 consultation rooms, a gym and yoga studio, saunas, steam rooms, a hair salon, 7 treatment rooms, and Claridge's very first swimming pool.
The actual shape of the new spa has been made. The pool, the walls are up, all the services are going in, and we're getting very near to the point where we'll now start to put the finishes in. But it's not just a matter of decorating the walls and putting in the ceilings.
Thanks, Steve.
It's just getting someone who understands the feel of a spa when you walk into it, so that people will feel they're in a very peaceful, tranquil space.
Okay, so nice to see you, Alice.
Me too.
Oh, it's really busy. Should we get some water, please, Jim?
Yeah. And charged with delivering a vision for Claridge's very first spa is its creative director, Inge Theron.
The lift opens. You're going to be enveloped with this smell. And we're developing our own smell. We've also collected incense from the temples in Kyoto, so it's super, super authentic.
After researching spas all over the world as a beauty journalist, before developing her own range of skincare technology, Inge has plans to offer a pioneering combination of traditional treatments alongside lab-tested, results-driven therapies.
Coming up with a new concept for Claridge's, it gives me the opportunity to really break new ground. We really want to make sure that this isn't just a holistic spa. We've spent a fortune on technology. However, I think we're going to house all of this tech in a Japanese concept. This is jasmine and violet leaf body polish. It's actually been handmade.
Today, with just 10 months to launch, Inge's running through some of her ideas for the Japanese theme with hotel manager Jim Lyons and head of furniture fixtures and equipment, Alice Hawker.
If we are going to do tea on arrival, we'll need to have something quite exceptional as a tea service.
So then you're doing the tea service or the tea ceremony within the treatment space?
That's what I've got programmed at the moment. I've got a team in Japan right now creating the sound healing music. We've been sourcing everything from slippers to kaftans to ingredients. I've got to see if we can bring some ceremony and ritualism. You'll put your feet in and we'll start washing your feet with hot rice milk.
Okay.
So going back to Amaterasu, the goddess of rice and silk. So I think sourcing a really beautiful bowl. This is an idea for one of the facial treatments. Jim doesn't know what has hit him. It's Claridge's. I mean, there just isn't a more revered hotel in the world. And this is their very first spa, so we have to bring all that incredible attention to detail into this new world. So, of course, I'm definitely feeling the pressure.
But while Inge is working against the clock to perfect a gold standard guest experience, Norman has unearthed a problem that could jeopardise the entire endeavour.
We come down one night really late, as we do, about 9:30 at night. The site was very quiet, and when we were standing in the room, we could actually hear the hum of the tube, which we were really surprised about because we felt that we were so far from the tube and we could not understand, where was this noise coming. Right away, we knew this is a problem. We have to get this sorted because if you're lying having a nice massage and all you hear is the hum of the tube, I don't think you'd be very happy.
It emerges that the hotel's newly built basement is acting as an accidental amplifier. Claridge's sits between 3 busy underground lines. As trains travel along the tracks 200 metres away, faint vibrations carry through the ground. But once they reach the hotel, the foundations carry these sound waves through the walls and pillars, amplifying the noise of the tube back inside the building.
If suddenly someone writes and says, well, I stayed at the Claridge's and you could hear the tube, well, that's a disaster.
To address the noise, Norman's hired a team of acoustic engineers who've come up with a simple solution, but one that will take precious time and money to roll out in every one of the 7 treatment rooms.
We have built a box-in-box construction, and then we will build the new treatment room within this box.
You've got to build a room within a room.
We're building a room within a room, exactly.
Each inner room is surrounded by acoustic insulation and attached to the existing walls with rubber springs that absorb the vibrations and prevent the sound from travelling.
This is the acoustic springs here to stop any vibration coming up through the blockwork. The floor is suspended off the concrete floor with springs, and then up here is the acoustic quilt and the 2 layers of acoustic plasterboard. Once we have this box made, then they will construct the new room within that room so that there'll be no noise transference into the new treatment rooms.
9 floors above the spa, the 40 rooms in the brand new roof extension need to be fitted out before they start taking bookings in a few months' time.
It's ceiling heights, mainly. Yes.
Head of design Michelle Wu has worked with boss Paddy across several luxury hotel projects, but the top floor here at Claridge's is presenting a unique challenge.
Paddy doesn't want it to feel Victorian. He doesn't want it to feel Art Deco. He sees this as the third regeneration of Claridge's, and he kind of wants to define almost like a new design language, a new era. He wants the whole thing to feel quite sculptural, so quite rounded. The ceiling height was lower for the dressing room, but not as low as here.
It looked like this part was about 250.
Due to planning restrictions on the height of the entire hotel, the ceilings in the dormer rooms had to be made 70 centimetres lower than those in the rooms below. And in addition, Michelle's design will have to incorporate a hard-edged sloping roof.
As you can see, we have all the eaves here at 45 degrees, which is quite a challenge. There is actually quite a lot of ductwork along the ceiling, which means our whole ceiling height for here has to drop even further.
Michelle's biggest headache is the steel frame that spans this entire side of the roof, an essential part of the design for supporting the dormers, but an eyesore for guests paying over £1,200 a night.
This beam here is not very pleasant to be sitting or sleeping under a beam across the bed. It can feel quite harsh in a room if we don't try some way to make it part of the design. It's probably one of the most challenging rooms I've done at Claridge's.
After experimenting with various computer-animated designs, Michelle has made a scale model of her favourite.
Michelle.
Today, boss Paddy has come to her studio with Norman to run through the idea.
Just to refresh.
This is which room?
7th floor.
Okay.
The 7th floor, these are the rooms which is a tricky one. The suggestion is like,
wow,
we do this, like we curve here and curve here, and we just have this bit like an asymmetrical curve. So we hide the beam and have just the ceiling tray, but the ceiling all around is much higher.
Okay.
Do you want to quick look at the model? It might be easier to show you.
Okay.
Yeah, yeah.
Michelle's plan will hide the beam with a curved design that maximises ceiling height.
So it kind of follows the line, so it's centralised with the bed.
I don't know if I'd be mad about that, no. I'm just wondering, would that make you dizzy if you're in bed there with this undulating ceiling?
Yeah.
It could create a sort of a funny illusion, you know what I mean? That's just my feeling.
It's back to the drawing board.
Paddy has the very good eye for things, and he has a vision of how things need to be.
You've got a puzzle to solve.
Yes, one of many.
Have a nice day, sir. Do you need any help with your bag, sir?
Okay. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thanks. Good ordering, guys.
Hello, good morning, everybody. How are you? Good, good.
Today, designer Rémi has arrived from Paris to meet Stuart and the team from Longpre. He's keen to hear the latest on their progress with his designs.
So then the actual internal drawers, we've got a recess within the drawer front, it looks like, to open the...
It's a grabbing detail.
Yes, exactly.
Where you see that? No,
you.
This is a speculation from you.
Correct.
Okay, don't speculate.
So like a rebate.
It's like this. Grabbing.
Yeah. That's what I was sort of drawn there. That's sort of what I was...
Yeah, but there is no cut in the front.
Along with fine-tuning the furniture design, Rémi wants to know how the team plan to deliver his vision of covering the Grand Salon floor with single, uninterrupted planks of wood in time for the penthouse opening.
Oh, you make the floor one length?
You can quite obviously have all of these in one piece, but we may struggle over that distance. We may have to do that in two.
You struggle in your mind. I can tell you, doing a plank 10 meter long is possible. I made 15 meter long.
You can,
One,
but I need to
five,
find the tree,
zero.
Remy, don't
Huh?
I? I need to find the tree. And
No, but there is... Okay. It's up to you. You say, I'm struggling. I say, it's possible. I'm here to help you. I'm here to tell you, it's possible, it's not possible.
Stuart has been trying to track down a 10-metre long plank without success.
Can I just explain my thinking?
Yeah, of course.
The issue I've got, Remy, is time, because I need to get the wood in, the bandsaw it, and then I've then got to kiln it. So,
okay.
So it's not a problem doing it, it's the time. It's the time.
If I don't want to do something, I will explain why I cannot do it. Time is an excuse. Technical is an excuse. There is people who have the wood. There is people who don't have the wood. You just have to find the people who have the wood.
You just need to source the wood, Remy, that's all.
Doing this penthouse at the top of the Claridges is a massive challenge. When you told me it's difficult, of course it's difficult. Everything is difficult. We have to push the limit. We have to push the envelope. If you believe something is possible, let's make it happen.
Okay.
Solution is everywhere.
Okay.
It's up to you to find it. I'm not going to do your job.
Wow.
It's a massive effort to convince all the worker, all the builder, that what we believe is possible to do, to make it even more incredible, but this is already a crazy challenge.
Elsewhere on the roof, Remy's team are grappling with another challenge. They are constructing a huge private lake to create a jaw-dropping vista from the Grand Salon's 10-metre wide window.
Wow.
It's the work of designer Andrew Ewing, an aquitect whose creations have been the centrepiece of numerous award-winning gardens at Chelsea Flower Show.
I'm a bit like an architect, but my specialism is water, so we call it aquitecture. And I specialise in ripples and reflections and trying to capture fleeting moments.
A specialist team of riggers are harnessed 28 metres above the hotel's internal atrium to install 30 intersecting stainless steel beams. Once complete, this will be covered with reinforced glass and filled with a shallow 5-centimetre layer of water.
So we're kind of at the side of the pool here, and the vantage point is there, which is effectively like a goalpost of glazing. When you look out, because you're looking at a long expanse of water at quite a shallow angle, you'll get really good reflections. So you'll see the sky reflected in the water. When there's a breeze, you'll see ripples shimmering across the water, breaking up those reflections. So to have something like this here, right in the centre of London, is quite remarkable.
But this huge steel lattice also presents a unique engineering challenge.
The weight of the steel it'll sag a bit in the middle by its own weight. So what they're doing at the moment is they're tightening up all the bolts, and that'll basically bring the structure back up again to the right level. If any area is lower by 5 millimetres, then it could leak. So it's super critical.
Lovely flowers. Have a nice day.
Hello, sir. Checking in.
Mr. and Mrs. Tempest.
Hi.
Welcome home. How are
Nice
you?
to-
How are you?
Nice to see you.
Claridge's reputation for attention to detail and design has always been an attraction to its loyal and regular guests.
Thank you. Thank you. All good? Good to see you. Good to see you.
Roger Tempest is the latest squire in a 1,000-year-old North Yorkshire seat, but the family stay at Claridge's whenever they're in London.
To you, Mr. Tempest. We go to the left, please.
Thank you.
Thank you very much.
I mean, my grandmother used to bring me to tea here, and so there's always that sort of connection.
It's our London base now, it's our home in London.
This time, they've chosen to stay in one of the newly refurbished rooms.
Always a sense of anticipation.
Welcome home. Thank you, Mr.
Oh, it's lovely.
Have you stayed in this room before?
No, this is a real new one, and you've lifted. There's a lot been going on. Look at that, Damien Hirst, bub. Come on, come and see your bedroom. That's shabby.
A little bit as well, fire.
It says Ire on it. Oh, that's so kind. You form deep connections, you know, over 20, 30 years or whatever, and I feel very loyal. And it's amazing watching how it's changed, and it's quite exciting at the moment. You can just feel it's on the move at the moment. Is this a his and her bathroom?
It is indeed.
It's lovely to be part of a place which is evolving. You know, a living, breathing place is so important. Boing, boing, boing.
We need to do a flat ceiling, just the center part. And we then use this as the light broth on the side.
To make her mark on that evolution, Michelle is still grappling with a design solution for the 7th floor dormer rooms.
This is nice, actually.
She and her team need to find a way of disguising the protruding ceiling beam and smoothing the hard angular sloping wall without making the whole room smaller.
So we need to find some way to keep it very sculptural and organic. And Patty does not want to have all these sharp edges and straight planes. So we can potentially try the bottom to be like this. So actually this is like a bit like the Gaudi surfaces, the one he did in Sagrada Familia, where it was it goes from convex on one side and concave to the other.
Taking inspiration from late 19th century Spanish architect Gaudi, Michelle wants to experiment with a design that smooths the wall's hard edges whilst maintaining as much of the room's precious 500 square foot of living space as possible.
So you have curved the side here.
Having been signed off by Paddy, one wall has been completed for Michelle to inspect.
This part sticks out a little bit further from where the wall originally is. What it is that this actually concaves in, instead of it having the same profile. If we had the same profile, it would mean the headroom would be more like here, which then pushes everything out slightly.
In this ingenious solution, distinctive convex sections cover the protruding edges, whilst the concave areas curve the opposite way to avoid any unnecessary bulge into the room. To precisely replicate Michelle's architectural drawings, the plaster is moulded off-site and then blended with the existing walls.
The whole object is delivered in 3 sections. We've got the bottom section here, then we've got a smaller middle section here, and then the largest is on the top here.
More than 100 separate pieces of pre-moulded plaster need to be melded with the walls of these dormer rooms before Michelle can begin to add the finishing touches to her blank canvas. Downstairs in the basement, after tackling the noise from the tube, the spa build is back on track.
We have a complete soundproof structure so that when the guest is here, they have no disturbance from the background noise of the tube. We've sat in the rooms at night when all the building work's finished. We've come down here, you cannot hear anything. They're completely silent.
It's going to be a little bit cold now, so let's just pop that on your chin.
Over in her Chelsea lab, Inge is fine-tuning the high-tech facials that will soon sit alongside her holistic Japanese-themed spa treatments.
This is the only thing I'm a little bit worried about, if Claridge is ready for something this extreme.
It looks quite extreme, yeah. Pop your head forward for me. I'm just going to make it underneath, Inge, so it's not by your...
So these are the things we just need to bear in mind with the hair. Yeah, that feels so much better.
Does it?
Yeah.
Pop your head up, back now. This way. Ready?
This treatment, I think, could actually be a winner. Of course, there's some concerns around the look of the customer with that mask on. It has to be new, it has to be credible. You just can't rest on your laurels. And beauty tech is changing so fast.
One of the innovations on offer when the spa opens in a month is a cryotherapy facial costing £190, which stimulates blood flow to the skin by blasting it with frozen carbon dioxide.
How will they feel about the noise of it, do you think? Will they be all right with it?
Yeah, no.
The irony is that they've built this box of soundproofing, and we're coming in and we're like, oh, well, doesn't matter.
4 minutes of these throughout the day.
They're going to go down.
I know.
With the treatment list complete and the newly soundproofed rooms almost ready to receive guests, it seems nothing can further delay the spa from finally opening.
Parts of the capital have been hit by flash floods this evening. Photos and footage shared on social media shows cars submerged in water and people's homes affected too.
As unprecedented levels of rain overwhelm the London sewers, tube lines and cellars throughout central London are flooded. At Claridge's, with the basement's drainage system not yet fully installed, nothing below ground has escaped the deluge. And it's the out-of-hours team who discover the full extent of the damage.
B2 swimming pool, obviously. You can see it's done the ceiling there. Basically all these treatment rooms. It's come down in here as well, oh dear. That's pretty bad. There's not a lot saving that.
In the space of just half an hour, the floodwater has reached all 5 floors. In the spa, the newly soundproofed rooms within rooms are destroyed.
Everything we've done has been ruined. It's soul destroying. And you see all the insulation in here, all this insulation, and it's saturated. It's just, you know, what do you do? This is the plasterboard for the forms the first layer of the wall, and it's completely disintegrated. So all this has to now come off. What we're effectively doing is restarting all the work that we had done.
With the spa due to open in just 4 weeks, Inge has arrived to assess the scale of the setback for herself.
Hang on, but this is... all the rooms are gone. They said it was bad, but this is actually really much worse than I expected. Wow. It just decimated the whole spa. I mean, this is our beauty salon, it's our wet room, and 6 dry treatment rooms just absolutely gone. It's devastating. I mean, we were 30 days to launch, so this is really going to put us back. Devastating. Literally starting from scratch. Floors, ceilings, walls. Just looking at the state of where we're at, I think this is at least another 6 months away.
We're ready for the lorry, yeah? I want it to reverse all the way back and then to drive down, yeah?
As the rain clouds clear and the team set to work again on the spa, it's a crucial day for the penthouse. The bespoke 10-metre wide window, which will frame the view of the lake from the Grand Salon, has arrived after a several hundred-mile journey across Europe.
So put one strap over, come that way, and then one strap through that way, so it's counter.
Before it can be craned onto the roof, the first challenge is getting it out of the lorry.
No, how much is it worth? 30,000. I don't think I've got that.
How are you feeling?
A bit nervous, yeah. A bit nervous. Hopefully everything will be fine.
Okay, Lindsay. We've got the straps around the glass. We good? Okay, if you just keep jib up for me first, please. Jibbing up.
The window, which weighs just under 1.5 tons, needs to be hoisted in its protective caging.
Coming up in one.
Yeah. 40 metres up onto the roof.
That's yours. Fire. Clear. Through the gears.
If one of the edges touches anything, that's like, it's broken. It's just touching it, it breaks.
Well, then we go straight out now, yeah? All clear. I'll come straight down, Lindsay.
Hands on chains, keep coming down.
Hold that.
so you need to clean it where the sucker's going to go.
Okay.
To inch the window precisely into its frame, the protective cage is then removed and the glass suspended solely by a system of high-tech vacuum pads.
This is a 4-circuit machine. So there's 16 pads on there, so there's 4 on each circuit. Each circuit is holding 0.68 bar of pressure. We're checking that not one of these circuits is leaking or losing any pressure. Happy?
Yeah, that's okay.
Double check.
That's okay.
You guys, nothing free. Nothing free.
Easing up now, mate. Easing up. Coming in quick. All right, ease up. Up on your hoist.
Let's get this glass few bits up.
As the 1.5-ton window is moved across the London skyline, each suction pad needs to be continuously monitored, as even the smallest drop in pressure would indicate the machine losing its grip of the glass.
This is right at the limit of the crane's reach. That's okay. It can just about get it over the edge and down in front, but not much further. It's now more the responsibility of the riggers on the ground to keep it steady and level as it comes down. Yep, it's looking clear now. Coming down at an angle like this, and there's a danger here at the top corner banging into the steel beam across the top. So it's going to have to be manhandled into place.
Despite having meticulously measured both the frame and the glass, the team won't know whether or not they actually fit until they're brought together for the first time.
There's tight tolerances at the edges, so it has to be very carefully lifted in.
Pull it in, in.
Hey!
With the window in place, the exterior shell of one of the world's most expensive hotel rooms is finally complete.
That was impressive. Very good teamwork there. That was really good. The hard work is over. It's in the frame now. 20 years ago, I was doing local authority swimming pools, and I didn't think 20 years later I'd be doing something like this. It's amazing.
But with the Penthouse team set to stay on schedule and welcome guests in a matter of months, Paddy's had an idea that may blow them off course.
Paddy's had this discussion about what he visualised on the roof, and Rémi's created a visual of this.
The boss wants to build a piano pavilion at the far end of the lake. It's the job of architect Eleonora Bressi to turn this vision into reality.
This is an overview of the location where it is. You'll open the curtains and then you'll see the piano. It's so romantic. It's very challenging, especially because there's this dichotomy of like, we want to keep the beauty of it. So when you come into the penthouse and you look across and you say, wow, there's that gorgeous jewel there. But at the same time, we don't want the piano to rot. You know, this needs to be watertight. All this whole space, this building has been designed, and at the 11th hour, Paddy has this incredible habit to vision some magical addition to everything he does. So we've had to come in with all the existing structure and add this little box onto it.
Today, Eleonora and Tom are taking measurements for the base.
If we go the other way around and you hold one end on the
Sure.
Hold one end on the plinth.
Are you not feeling that romance yet, Tom? Paddy's pavilion, you're playing the piano. Maybe you'll get to snag it when it's done.
That'll be the closest I'll get to enjoying it.
What room have you got this time?
We're right up above here, 208 maybe, at
Nice.
the top of the stairs.
You like it?
Yeah, it's nice. Yeah,
Bit different to what it used to be?
Yeah, yeah. So they're
I think it's
updating them all.
the way he smiled there, I think it's a lot different.
It's been 6 years since work began to dismantle the top 2 stories of the hotel and rebuild the roof with 4 floors of brand new accommodation. With demand at an all-time high, the management team are keen to book out the new rooms as soon as possible.
Door handle missing.
But with a stay here costing up to £6,000 per night, the housekeeping team first need to ensure the presentation matches the price tag.
Mirror has a scratch.
Which mirror?
Which mirror?
Which mirror?
You look at yours and I'll look at mine.
Yeah.
It's fabulous. We talked about new rooms a long time ago, and now we're there. We're almost there.
Oh, this is even bigger. It's very exciting. It's very exciting to be part of this. Yeah, I'm very proud.
Yeah,
yeah,
me too.
Yeah.
Okay, glass top panels in both wardrobes are too small.
Yeah.
Yep. We now have blackout blinds in these rooms, which is fantastic.
That's perfect.
Perfect.
Yeah.
Completely black. Oh.
Blackout, yeah.
Yeah, there's a little gap there, look.
There's a little
That
gap.
can be-
So that's a snag.
That's a little snag.
That's a little snag.
Yeah, because
Let's
that
put
should be
down.
absolutely to the
Pitch
floor.
black.
Actually, they crinkle a bit as well, look.
They do, yeah. And crinkle. Oh, the book end. Maybe too much. Too much. Maybe take the top book down so it's just black and white.
Just 1 floor up, Michelle is finally getting to see her ideas for a bold new Claridge's style become a reality.
So we are just putting in the final touches, like the dressing of the room with the accessories. I think it just needs like something that's a bit.
Michelle's Gaudi-inspired interiors have concealed any hint of the structural framework below.
So what we have done is we've dropped the center ceiling parts just to hide the beam, but we've widened it to be more or less the width of the center of the room. We have added a lot of kind of smooth corners in here, like everything is rounded. It's quite sculptural, and I think it also adds a kind of sense of calmness in the whole thing. When there's no sharp corners, it suddenly everything seems to be kind of quite smooth and undulating. This part is the most rewarding part, seeing it all come together.
As boss Paddy has recently moved on to other businesses, it falls to Norman to sign off these final stages of the build.
Looking good.
Yeah.
This has turned out a brilliant solution, Michelle.
Yeah.
You would not know that there's a major structural beam running the whole way through this room. This actually looks like a feature in the room, and the way you've centred it on the bed,
yeah.
Absolutely fantastic.
Contrasting with the hotel's Victorian and Art Deco wings, Michelle hopes that her 21st century style will be a reminder of this new chapter in the hotel's history for years to come.
The rooms look so light, they look airy, they look fresh. I mean, who wouldn't want to stay in a room like this? Hard to believe, isn't it?
Yeah.
We finally got here.
Exactly.
Yep.
Very happy that the rooms are finally done. The space does speak for itself, and I think it does evoke that sense of serenity and lightness and freshness. It's great to be able to see the whole thing coming together and all the ideas being realized.
Over in the Grand Salon, the carpentry team have been busy installing Stuart's wood flooring and veneer panels ahead of a site visit from Rémi.
Should be here any minute, I'd have thought. He did say 1:45, so... Oh, here he is now. Hi, Rémi. Oh, you're in the penthouse. OK, well, come on up. We're in level 2 meeting room, but no problem, we'll come up.
Despite contacting suppliers across the world, Stuart and his team have been unable to source a 10-metre long plank of Wenji.
Should you turn one over, Rémi?
So Rémi has been forced to revise his design.
I mean, this is the maximum we can get, but this is quite unique. I think it's very nice. I mean, they find a very wide plank.
With Stuart's help, he's come up with a new plan for the Grand Salon floor.
The whole floor has come out of one log. Ultimately, this was the only log that we could get anywhere that would do the whole room, and 3.3 metres long, which is still pretty good.
It's not pretty good, it's unique.
To join the grain and to ensure they have enough to cover the whole space, Stuart and his team have decided to create thin slices of the trunk, matching them with the same technique as the veneer panels.
To be able to have this kind of plank, length, weight, and also having this pattern in the vengue from one trees to hold the floor. That means some things.
If you see here, all of the boarding is very consistent colour. And ultimately, when you've got the joints, as it's at the same log as you can see, the grain here runs through into the next butt joint. When that's all polished up, it will become very consistent.
The striking Zero-Cotti veneer panels that will eventually cover all 15 window columns are also ready for Rémi to inspect.
OK, so we've done our best to follow the CGI here.
That's awesome.
Excellent, good.
That's excellent. The way how you put it together with the matching is perfect. When you see from far, it's one effect. When you get close, you have it's almost like a painting, like a landscape.
And I'm hoping, Rémi, praying, that I've got enough of this veneer to do the whole of the ceiling.
Oh, yeah? This one?
Yeah, same.
Wow.
Hoping.
That's going to be amazing.
But only so I'm hoping. We might...
We're getting there, yes, we're getting to the result. I mean, we're not there yet. We have to push for the little bit to get the highest quality we all want. But I think everybody wants to get there, so I'm very positive.
9 floors below, the fitting out of the 5-storey mega basement is almost complete.
Fromage prawn tempura, Muscovite and gougere.
6 years after the first earth was removed, it now features a flood defence system, a state-of-the-art kitchen, brand new staff restaurant, as well as essential machinery and laundry facilities.
So we've taken the bonsai away here. So this replaces the bonsai. This is that big piece over there.
On the second level, 8 months after being destroyed by flood damage, Claridge's spa has been transformed.
As the lifts open, we want you to be transported into another world. Obviously, you've got the beautiful reception. You've got this incredible water feature here. You know, we've created this amazing soundscape from artists in Japan.
The space now features 7 soundproof treatment rooms, a gym with a yoga zone, hair salon, 2 saunas, 2 steam rooms, and Claridge's very first swimming pool.
You know, we tried to get the flatbed in here because you can't access this.
Yeah, it's too tight.
It's too tight. So do you think we can get the
shiatsu style?
Yeah. Can we do that?
Yeah.
Like really urgently?
Yeah, absolutely.
Okay.
With news of the spa filling the press and fresh inquiries coming in daily, Inge is keen to perfect the finishing touches.
It is very dramatic.
It's very dramatic, yeah.
And try out some of her more experimental spa treatments on the staff.
Client comes in, we've had that wonderful homemade foot wash, we've prepared the feet, that incense would have cleared the energy in the room. What we're trying to do here is, have this incredible choreographed movement, which really is just super special. Lovely moves. And yeah, don't feel shy to go down to that bum area because we carry so much tension around those glutes and no one ever really gets in there. It's a full treatment. There is not an inch of your body that we don't touch with this. It's a strong treatment and it can actually, be quite uncomfortable. With that heat will help soften the muscle so it should be less painful. Let me just quickly see how you're doing on the face as well. Great, so those have been soaked in water now. So this is basically pure 100% silk. Is it foaming quite nicely? Does it feel a little bit sticky or it feels good? Feels good? Okay. I'm just, I'm over the moon. Just so happy we got here. The long road ahead, but just, really relieved that despite all the trials and tribulations that we've actually managed to open. We've gone on a journey, and I'm sure we'll go on a few more still. But of course, it's absolutely worth it.
Now, 7 years after work began, the spa is almost ready to open its doors. But before they do, a certain VIP has an important job.
Oh, very posh. It's really gorgeous in here. All right, thank you very much.
You're very welcome.
And they call me Camp. Can you believe it? Very, very nice. History in the making today.
After swimming the length of the Thames and the English Channel, hotel regular David Walliams wants to fulfill his ambition of being the very first person in Claridge's very first pool.
I do declare this pool open. Luxurious, as you'd expect from Claridge. It's not the biggest pool I've swum in, but it's really elegant. And also, it's something that's very hard to explain, but it's so soft. There's this wonderful stone lining the pool, so it feels like your feet are just sort of on marshmallows or something like that. It's so wonderfully smooth and soft. But they've created something really special down here. And it's really sort of brought the hotel, I think, into the modern age.
How are you?
Morning, man. Coming in?
Welcome.
Welcome.
It's December 2022, and with just days until completion, Rémi and his team are working against the clock to prepare for the unveiling of the penthouse.
Johan, les livres qui restent, on peut les emmener dans les salles de bain avec les gars. So today is the time when we uncover everything, we clean everything, we bring the flowers in, the artworks, so we bring the space to life. Like, it's magical, it's a magical moment. We have the TV room with fireplace and a TV. Then we can rotate the sofa in 360 degrees to enjoy the view, to enjoy the TV. But this is the fine-tuning phases. As an execution, I don't think any corner has been cut anywhere.
Wow, it's wonderful. So much space. Wow, that's lovely. It's gorgeous.
To take a first look at its modern new style, the hotel has invited up a select group of staff.
I'm very excited. I came in my day off to be here with you today because I was so excited. It's wonderful.
It's stunning. The whole effect with the water, it's all about bringing in the atmosphere. So to see that in the centre of London is fantastic.
It's a very, very special thing to have been involved with. This is once in a career opportunity to be involved in something like Claridge. It's been a huge chunk of my life, and glad to see it finished and sad to see it finished in sort of equal terms.
Wow, just like home.
It's just so nice to see that the hotel has evolved. We're not stuck in the past, and we can move on to the next 200 years.
I think what this is doing is just cementing Claridge's as the destination to come to in London. This is one incredible cherry on top of the ice cream sundae.
Outside on the terrace, the newly finished pavilion has been completed with a grand piano. And as a Christmas treat, the staff have been joined by a very special guest.